Today we're going to have a look at one of the challenge city maps. So we're going to jump into Beijing and we're going to go for Megacity. So this one is going to be the diagonal roads require double the amount of road tiles and destinations are more likely to be double destinations. Now, remembering what I do with Beijing, I can't imagine that this one's going to be much fun. Or at least it's going to be a challenge, proper challenge. I think Beijing was tricky at the best of times. Let alone if we're going to have a lot of double destinations. Okay. I mean, I do still wonder about the diagonals thing. Like, obviously that's going to cost me 2, but so would that. I guess it's just more, I feel like that what's happening more is that the game's just pointing out that there's a little bit of a, like, you can sort of game the system a little bit, and if you need to get somewhere quicker, you should be doing diagonals, because it's not, it doesn't even cost you anywhere near as much. Although I'm not really sure how much you can exploit that. If you have to get from here to there, you can't really just sort of... I mean, that would cost you the same amount to make a weird sort of, like, up angle to do it. Alright, so the logic that we have to work with here is these two colors are now just the one location. So blue houses and yellow houses on this line, it doesn't matter. Though I try and keep everyone separated, since they're going to the same place, you're all the same color. There's no real point in trying to get one to go to one side and one to the other, because the way that they sort of operate in these car parks isn't functional to benefit having guys come in one way and go out the other. You could say they pretty randomly just pick a spot in the car park. The yellow guy parked all the way up here, even though he was for the yellow. And as they sort of come down, they're going to sort of wander across each other's path. So it's, yeah, there's not, so if you had them coming in the other way, does that make it even worse, or does it make it better? And having thought about this for a while, the best answer I think I can give is I don't think it matters either way, because in this function, what's going to happen is you're going to come in and then you're going to turn around and go out. If you were operating the opposite way, you would come in and you would turn around and go out. But it means that any car that comes in has to have the function of both either coming in this way and then going out that way, or coming in this way and going out that way. But your sort of time spent in the car park, I don't think would change that much. I mean, definitely I can. I'm willing to listen to debate that suggests that that's not the case, but the fact that they don't just park in front of where they want to go is sort of like what leads that for me. If say yellow cars only parked in this half of the parking lot, so to get to so that yellow guys would get here and then turn around, and then blue guys would get here and turn around, then sure, switch it so that you've only got guys coming in like their respective sides. But since they don't, I don't think it matters that much. Okay, so what we'll do here is we might just cut that, and we'll run that like that, I suppose. We'll let him just handle this guy for now. I mean, the idea sort of is though that everyone's sort of flowing in that same sort of circle in, circle out, but because if they even just did it that they went to the closest location, that, alright, you're collecting one, so you park there, then the next guy comes in and parks there, there'd be some sort of efficiency to it, but the randomness, I think, does remove that. I don't know about connecting him in. Don't really want to remove, like, it would make guys definitely slow down through there. Now for this, I think that at the moment what we might just do is make it a roundabout. And this guy may need to be connected. You can see that there's a little bit of build-up going on here. I suppose you can look at it as this is a pretty good point of a case study. You can see what's happening here, and you can see what's happening on these other sides. Now, in this particular case, the purple guys are actually doing a really good job of stopping on this side and turning around and going back. That guy's definitely just broken the rules and says, hey. But this is one way of it occurring, and these are the other. And I mean, definitely at this point, you're not going to see any difference. It would really sort of more come in when these are starting to flood, and you've got flow problems of getting guys in and out. Not a fan of this music. It just sounds like I'm wrapping my fingers on the mic. Definitely stop that for me, please. Just flick him back that way a little bit. Maybe we'll turn him up so that he can try and get to that one more. Actually, let's turn these guys that way. Then we'll just have this guy come in there, since he's a bit sort of stuck in joining these guys. Alright, so let's have... what's our best route? That, I guess. Pause for a second. We'll have these guys... Let's flick up that way. These guys come down that way. See how that looks. Alright, well we don't have a bridge for that guy coming over. So what we'll do is we'll run those guys in. It's really nice fluoro green. That sort of commented on that before when I've played colorblind mode. What we'll do is we'll give them the opposite side. Probably should be turning one of these extra guys around. I suppose what we could do is turn these three guys around and then just have the road just run straight along them. Turn him around. Not sure where to connect that guy to have him. Well, I suppose we definitely want him this way then if that's gone circular. That will help a lot. Okay, well what we'll do is we'll just pause for a second and we'll cut all of that. Because those two hopefully can just do the job. We'll just sit on this little community for a bit until they're needed. Alright, what we'll do then is we'll just, for now, run those guys up along the top. And for this one... let's just, I guess, make a similar setup so we'll get green to bounce over here. Certainly a better placement up there. We've only got roundabouts, we don't have any traffic lights, so we might just shift that over to being a roundabout. And You definitely get rid of that. I have no bridges, so I'll just take one just in case. I mean, certainly I could just use a bridge to hop these guys over here and just connect them straight into the back of this community. Alright, well he's going to have to go a long way around, I guess, if we can make it. Certainly don't need that in place anymore. And the only thing really stopping us from making this across here is that we just don't have the tiles for it. A roundabout wouldn't go astray in that connection either. Alright, so you definitely give those two guys over there that way. And him. Then we can have these two guys come in this side. Again, we wouldn't mind, would be good to have traffic lights in here. A roundabout though. Slot the roundabout in there. Might just reconnect him that way. I don't recall why I pulled him off, but we may as well, if that's gone circular, we may as well give them the closest possible option. And we probably want to get these two guys in the mix here as well. Again, we would probably want that as a roundabout, or at very least a set of lights. Don't think there's any way that we can really swing these two guys down to connect into here. A lot I don't like about the setup I've got going for these guys, but okay, so these guys aren't happy with the way that this is flowing for them. So what we'll do is let's just quickly give these two guys direct access up to help out. We'll give him access to this guy too, because obviously green's just given a quick surge at the moment, so we've just got to address that. A lot of purple here. Let's pause here for a second. Got a lot of motorways, so let's just try and clean up this mess here. See if we can make this work a bit better. Let's sort of run them as a line. Get them like that. Maybe we'll just go as far as that and just flick them up that way. Because then what we can do is we can disconnect this and that, and turn these guys around. Look to connect him too, but we don't want to slow them down. Sorry, and we'll connect these guys here, and I'll swing him back around the back so he's not affecting the two closest guys. In fact, let's make them a little bit more streamlined too. We just suddenly got a whole orange hub on this side. Let's get the best use of that. Also that one. We'll put it in here because these guys are probably a better candidate to go for a motorway. Can't say no to a motorway, despite how much I've been complaining for a set of traffic lights. See how much these guys are slowing down to hit these turns. It's not great. Alright, so up here we'll just connect these three guys. Just run them straight down there. Alright. We're gonna work out... Oh, yeah, okay. So you're okay, you're still part of that. This guy here we definitely want to connect, so we'll get rid of him from that. We've only got 3 houses looking after this guy. 3 houses looking after the 2 of these, so that's bad. Alright. Let's change our mind on this. Send him back as he was. And we will just set these 2 guys together. Get them to bounce over there to help out. Because we definitely can't pull any guys from this if we've only got 4 currently doing the job. Now definitely I should be turning this guy around though. And get rid of that. Turn him a bit sharper as well. And we'll let these guys try and clean up too. Now, there's only these 2 yellow houses down here that currently aren't being used for anything. So let's give this guy a motorway. Click him in here. The problem that I have with this is that there's a possible chance that what they'll do is actually these 2 will be claimed for that guy. So they actually won't park in here. They'll just drive straight through and go all the way around. And luckily they actually have stopped at the guy that is in dire need. I mean, they're both in dire need, but good, and he's got a friend. So let's connect the 2 of those so that they don't have to go all the way around if that's their intention. Let's flip him around for now. Though he happens to be the one that's not currently, he's currently got no one at home. At least we can see this guy's significantly calmed down. This guy, they're at least addressing their issues. Alright, cool. So we've got this guy too, so let's just shift them over a little bit. Now this purple here is complaining. So no reason these purple guys can't just be connected to that. I mean, hopefully this cleans it up a little bit, but they're not. Let's connect that guy that way, so that we've at least got one purple operating on a little bit more of a smoother route, and hopefully clean up this intersection bit a little bit. The fact that there's now a 3rd guy over here, I don't know if that means I should remove this guy from here. Or potentially what I should do is have these 3 guys managing this one, and these 3 managing him, because they're so close. Undecided. We will leave these 2 guys helping out here though for now, because that is severely understaffed no matter what sort of the layout is. We could shift these 2 to look after this one and send these guys that way, but I suppose this is a little bit more of a clean route, that they're not having to run on these same roads that everyone else is. Okay, so green's now become our little problem child. But this one's still operating with all of these guys on deck. Certainly should see if we can get this guy attached. Hopefully it doesn't cause much of a problem in congestion. I mean, there's enough congestion there already. Let's think about this. Is there any reason that we shouldn't just flip all these guys around? Let's do that. Let's divide this into 2 separate sections. These purple guys feel like they're possibly closer to him than this is. So he's okay. Now blue's got the struggles. What do we got up here? So no one in this blue section here has actually left home, but they're not really having a problem. What we could do... we can disconnect... Let's try this. Let's disconnect that road there. Disconnect that, and we'll put this there. So that now these houses are looking after him. These blue houses are looking after him. We're going to flip him around because this guy's circular. So we'll give him the 2 closer houses. Don't know how that intersection there is going to work though. We'll see if that reduces congestion in this section. But, I mean, obviously the big pause was to solve this guy, which we did nothing about just then. Alright, so there's 3 houses down here, but they're too tightly packed that they can't actually do anything. Actually, it's 4. There's another guy in there. He's starting to turn around on his own, though, which is good. So I guess we don't have to do anything to address that for now. Take the traffic lights. We will put one of those sets there. Got another blue guy down here, so let's get him joined to help out. Yellow up here is not happy, so we're surging yellow again. Okay. These guys are helping out here, they're helping there. We've only got 2 guys on this. Should we swap him back? So, let's... we can go back, so let's swing these guys back here. Is that good? Now I think that what I should do is get rid of... I think I should make this move, that goes to basically where that other one is, but I can't do it until they're gone. So what we'll do is we'll make a double connection, because this guy's not in any problem, like any concern at the moment. And a weird way of doing that, isn't it? Let's tighten this up so it comes straight down here. And that'll allow him to have that shorter route. And we'll just wait for these guys to come home. This guy will get the help. He's struggling, so let's send him back this way too. You can still see there's a bad gridlock here. So possibly what we should do is turn at least one of those 2 guys around. They're fine at the moment. We've at least got the option that we can swing it one way or the other. He is still the one that's going south quick. I mean, essentially all of them are. This is now in place. And that's going to gridlock for a second, so we're going to have to wait for these cars to get there and just hope that they move quick enough. Oh, get out of the way, purple. Park somewhere, park. Thank you. Okay. So he's done, so we can cancel that guy. Put him on this same route. But they can look after him. These guys are moving okay. These guys look like they're moving okay. They're all away from home. We've now got a surge of these guys in here. Purple's now starting to surge too, which hopefully means that the yellow surge is close to over. Some of these are really, really on the edge though. You got any houses that aren't claimed? Just this guy here. And then we've got 2 more guys up here. So what to do with these 2? We've got a motorway. So try and get this somewhere where it's not going to cause anyone else much hassle. Maybe we'll just do a little lip up there. And see if they can get there fast enough that... Maybe not. Oh, nah, it's too slow. 2,439. Let's see how we look on the scores for that one. Top 4%. It's not bad. 288. Now looking at the scores on this one before, my question was, do we have a way that I can look at the very top of this list? No. The top 2 scores on this list are clean numbers. 86,000 clean, 50,000 clean. Nah. That one I'm definitely... This one? Look at those scores there. You got to really... He's got the exact same score on this one. Just wonder what's going on there. But anyway, 288, nothing to sneeze at. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Until next time, catch you later. See ya.